Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yanja Vaughn. If you are new here, thanks so much for stopping by. And if you are not new here, then welcome back to the Clique. Alright y'all, so it's been a little minute since I came and gave you guys a school update. So, I'm in practicum now. So for y'all that don't know, I am pursuing my master's degree in clinical mental health counseling for children and adolescents. So this has been an online program and I did all of my actual courses online. But now I've actually made it to the fun part, which is the practicum. So basically, you have to go through all of your courses, then you have to complete your practicum, which is 100 hours, and then you have to complete your internship 1, which is 300 hours, and then you finish with your internship 2, which is another 300 hours. So in total, your practicum plus your internship classes are a total of 700 hours. Just to give y'all a little bit of background. So your practicum is kind of like your introduction to seeing clients. So you have to go and find a supervisor that is willing to let you kind of shadow them and just work up under them so that you can learn how to be a counselor. And I was able to find one pretty easily. I just went online and searched for supervisors around my area, and she was actually the first counselor that I reached out to. And she told me that, she would love to work with me and help me, but she actually has 2 clinics. So one of her clinics is here in the city that I live in, and then another one of her clinics is about like an hour away from me. And so she was like, I'd love to help you, but I just want to make sure that you are okay with driving once or twice a week about an hour away. So I kind of looked around to see if there were any supervisors that I could work with that were completely local, like in my city. But y'all, a lot of them either didn't get back with me, or they just told me that they couldn't accept interns right now, etc., etc. So I ended up going with this lady, and I'm so glad that I went with her because I've gotten so much experience over these 5 weeks. I think this is like my 5th week in the practicum course. And y'all, I've seen all types of clients, all types of issues. I've done family counseling, individual counseling, couples counseling, mom and daughter counseling. I've just gotten a whole lot of exposure. And during your practicum, you're really doing a lot of like observing and learning, but my supervisor always makes sure that she includes me in every session. So with the children, we do a lot of what we call play therapy, which means literally what it sounds like. We play games with the kids. Sometimes they're just like real games. Like the other day I played Connect 4 with a little girl, but other times the games are specific to a certain learning point. So for instance, we have a game called Social Skills, and it looks just like a regular board game, but the child has to roll the dice, and then whenever they land on a certain space, they have to answer a question, or they have to say what they would do in the given situation, etc., etc. So even though the child is playing, they are learning something in the process. So that's kind of been my job. So I'm the one that plays the games with the kids. I'm the one that reads the books with the kids. Anything like that, any hands-on activity, she gets me to do it. but she's still in the room, but she gets me to kind of lead the way with those sorts of things. So that's really helped me to just get more comfortable with the children, and it also helps the children to get to know me more, because you know, they already know my supervisor, they've been seeing her for a little while, but I'm a brand new face for them. So these games, and sometimes we use cards that they have to read and answer questions, all of these things are just to kind of help me get to know them and help them get to know me. So that's been really, really fun. Of course, because I'm trying to work with children and adolescents, it's always a little bit more challenging to do like the adult counseling, especially like the couples counseling. I feel like couples are just a lot. And I just be like, okay, y'all just told me a lot of information. Let me just try to digest and process. But luckily, my supervisor, you know, she's been doing this for like 15 years or something, so she's really, really good at helping me along. And for the most part, for like the couples counseling and just the adult counseling in general, I'm mainly just like listening. And she told me that as we go along, I'm going to also be with her like with my internship classes, and she said that she was pretty much going to give her children and adolescents clients to me, because she knows that that's what I'm interested in. So the adults, I'm gonna leave that to her, you know. Yeah. So everything is really going pretty well. So like I said, we have to have 100 hours in the practicum, but they break it down into direct hours and indirect hours, and also supervision. So your direct hours are literally direct contact with the clients. So out of the 100 total hours, we have to have at least 40 direct client hours. So basically, anytime that I'm sitting in there with her with a client and I'm talking or playing games with a client, all of that counts towards my direct hours plus my total hours, but specifically they count towards my direct client hours. So the indirect hours are things such as the paperwork, so like writing progress notes, or if I go and sit in on a training, or if I go to a conference, or anything like that is considered indirect hours. So they do still count for my 100 hours, but I can only have 60 of those. The other 40 must be direct client hours. And for the most part, for my indirect hours, I'm mainly just getting those from doing the progress notes. I do pretty much all the progress notes for my supervisor on the clients that I see. So if it's a client that she sees at 8 o'clock before I get there at 9 o'clock in the morning, then she has to write that note. But for the ones that I see, I write the notes for her. And it's actually not that difficult, because I was writing notes in medical school. So it's kind of the same sort of thing, just a little bit shorter. The progress notes for counseling are shorter than the progress notes for med school. They're actually called SOAP notes in med school. But same sort of thing. And I actually have a book I'm going to show y'all. So I ordered this book off of Amazon, and it's just called the Session Notes Notebook, and it comes in like a lot of different covers. But I just liked this one because it was black and gold, and I just thought it was super cute. And y'all, like I told y'all, I've been in practicum for like 5 weeks, going on 6 weeks, and this entire book is full except for one page. So that tells you how many clients I've been seeing. This book has, let me tell y'all how many pages this book has. This book has 116 pages. So I've already filled up 114 of these pages. And it does have 2 pages per client, so I haven't seen like 115 clients, but I've seen what, like 60 of them or something, 50 something clients. It's a lot. So some of the clients are repeat clients, but a lot of the clients are, I've only seen them like once or twice. So we've been seeing a lot of clients, which is great for me because I've gotten so much experience. So y'all, I absolutely love this book. So this is what it looks like on the inside. And so you can see that you put in the date, the start time, session number, the client's name, and then like you put in like their session talking points, key points from the previous session, and then all of these lines are just notes. And it's just been so helpful. And it also has like the concerns on the other page. It has room for extra notes. It has a blank for you to put the next session's date and the end time of the session. So basically all the information that I need for the progress notes, I have them all in this book. And it just makes it so much simpler for me because I'm a very organized person. I like for my stuff to be nice and in order. And so I had to get a book. There was no way, like I think like the first week or so, I was just trying to just go in and just listen. But I was like, yeah, I gotta write some stuff down. I have to have something organized that I can write down my thoughts. And that's when I ordered this book off of Amazon. It was a great investment, and it wasn't even that expensive. So if you are in counseling or therapy, social work, anything like that, I definitely recommend this book. And one other thing, the first couple pages, you put like all the dates of the sessions and the client's name, and it has like a contact number column, but I just changed that column to the next session just so that I can easily see when the next session is for each client. And then it has a space for session number, page number, and then just extra notes. So I really love that book. And y'all, I also just ordered this other book from Amazon, and it is an appointment book, and it's actually for salons. But I'm gonna use it for counseling because it's just really helpful. So it just came today, so I have not used this book at all. But the reason why I bought this one is because it has name, date, and then it has all the times. But it actually has like 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30, 9:45. And the reason why that's important is because pretty much all of our sessions are 45 minutes. So you might have a client at 8 o'clock, or you might have a client at 9:15 or 9:30. It just depends on how your schedule is that day. So calendars that only have like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock are not very efficient because we might have a client at like 10:45. And so that's why I ordered this book, because it has 4 different options for each hour. And all I'm going to do is just use this to log my clients. So basically it's going to be like a calendar for me, but I didn't want to buy like a full calendar because that was going to be too much to carry around. So this one was just kind of nice and slim, and I'm just going to carry this plus my other book. And then the last thing that I got also from Amazon were these vintage pens. And these are retractable gel pens, 0.7 millimeters, and they come in 11 colors. And y'all, honestly, I got these because they're just such pretty colors. They're like pastel colors. And they write so smoothly. They write so pretty. I love it. And I wanted different colors because that kind of helps me keep track of the different days. So I use one pen color for every day, and that way when I go back and look in my notes, I can associate that with whichever day I saw that client on. Plus I just like to write in pretty colors, so there's that. But this is what the pen looks like, and it just clicks on, and it's a very fine end, as you can see. And those are the pens that I like. I hate like thick gel pens. Like, I like for my gel pens to be nice and fine. Just a personal preference. So if you like to write with colorful, pretty pens, then I definitely recommend these as well. And y'all, this is not a commercial. Like, I know I keep showing y'all stuff to get on Amazon, but I just like to show what I'm using. I like to share, like, you know, my good finds and stuff. So that's why I'm showing you guys those. And if you are inclined to try any of those products, then you can definitely find them on my Amazon store, which will be linked down below. Alright y'all, so that's pretty much everything that I had to say. My practicum is going really well. I've already gone my 100 hours. I don't know if I've actually said that to y'all already, but yeah, I already got my 100 hours. So now I'm basically just getting like overtime hours, and they don't roll over to my internship. We already asked, me and several other students were wondering, but they don't roll over. So I was going to the other city 2 times a week, and then I was going to her local office 1 day a week on Fridays. But now that I already have my hours, I'm only going to be going to the other city once a week and to her office here once a week. So it'll be like Thursday and Fridays, and the other days I'm off, except for on Wednesdays. I forgot to tell y'all that, but on Wednesdays we have group with our actual class and our actual teacher for the course, and we basically just get in group and we do rounds and talk about something interesting or challenging that we saw that week, and then our teacher offers us feedback, and we're able to offer each other supports and feedback or anything that we want to share. So it's really nice. I really appreciate you guys coming along with me on my counseling journey. It has been a journey, y'all. Med school, now I'm in clinical mental health counseling. It's a lot. But if you have missed any of my other videos about my school journey, my school updates, make sure you check those videos out after this one. And I will see you guys next week in my next video. Bye.